Today we are in Sicily. For those who don't know me, I'm Coco and I like to get into adventures and take my camera with me and test places, see what can I get, and just see, have a nice view. It's already early on the morning, half morning probably. Yeah, and the sun is hitting very hard and it's not summertime yet. I think that will be hard to get some nice shot. I'm too lazy to wake up early. Anyways, I will be checking the coast and the cliff because there are amazing cliffs near, and we'll see what we can get, okay? So stay tuned. When I think about taking pictures, I notice how different times of the day give me different feelings and challenge, and I cannot think about the dichotomy between midday light and morning light or sunset in photography, and how this profound exploration of the dynamic interplay between natural light, mood and composition. Each time of days offers unique qualities that profoundly influence the emotional impact and visual aesthetic as you, photographer. And with that say, how this affect when you are traveling with a group of people that everyone has different interests, and how you can refocus or adapt to situations to get the best pictures you can adapting to trips with multiple people. The quality of the light is very important, but also how to use the light to create the pictures maybe make it more important. The understanding of the light or the understanding of what you want to talk with the picture and you are taking. The morning light, these soft warm hues of morning light create a gentle and ethereal atmosphere. The angle of the sun during the morning casts long and diffuse shadows, adding depth and dimensions to the scene, to the valleys or the mountains or forest. This softness lends itself well to capturing intimate moments and evoking a sense of tranquility and contemplation. On the other hand, we have the sunset lights that are very characterized by these rich and golden tones, very dramatic directional quality. The long angles at this time with the sun near the horizon bathe the landscape in warm and diffuse light, right? Creating long shadows and vibrating colors, but that can happen too on morning. The fleeting nature of the sunset light imbues images with a sense of fleeting beauty and romance, because that's how most of pictures are created for, right? You don't see like wedding pictures being taken at very early morning light. Most of them are taken during the sunset to create this romantic atmosphere, right? Making ideal this to capturing dramatic landscapes, like on these pictures of the mountains, in which colors are always intense and amazing. But what about the intensity and the contrast of the midday light? I'm not talking when you are doing street photography. The sun is falling from the sky and doing these strong shadows, giving these very nice looking angles and contrast in the cities. How about the midday light in the nature? So this midday light is harsh, is intense due to the sun position directly over our heads. This results in a strong contrast, deep shadow and bright highlights, right? Which can pose challenge for photographers because it's hard to compose. However, the starkness of this midday light can also create dynamic compositions and bold visual statements, particularly in urban areas, but what in the landscape once again. So my brain is starting to get roasted by the sun, and it's not 11, it's not even 10 yet. and it's that hard, the sun behind me. I'm happy with these trips because I get some results as I would like, but also I always wondering why really on the seaside every time you find this kind of rock, this kind of structure that is such a pain in the ass to walk through, right? I mean, you can twist your ankle every time, every moment. You have a magnificent view somewhere else, but man, you need to cross like that valley to be able to reach somewhere. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, it's this kind of structure, rock shape everywhere in all this coast, all around the world. Someone please let me know, because it takes me a long time to walk through, and it's hard to compose with this. So that's one of the things that is hard. I need to work like many hours to actually be able to find nice places to create and to have a good composition, as it is like freaking hard to to get something. But okay, but we will get something anyways. And nah. When the sun is right above me, the things get always tricky. Like I've been telling in other videos, on the mountains are other of these walks I have on the cliff, and it's through midday. The light becomes really bright and making shadows really dark. Sometimes, like in the case of today, I'm standing in these very bright stones, white, all washed out by the sea, and they are reflecting the light strongly, like they are like mirrors. Basically, it is not the easiest time to take pictures because this contrast being so strong. Even if you shoot in RAW, you have less chances maybe to edit later, to work out the picture on the post-production. But sometimes, just sometimes, this harsh light can make for really bold and striking pictures, especially when you have strong shapes or colors. I like to chase and work with special conditions and optimal conditions for photography, but I also like to work with what is given and the situation I'm now. I wake up late morning and I go out to make pictures, and I like to face this as a good challenge. Everyone to develop skills, I think it's a good challenge for one to get better on photography, not only wait for the perfect moments of the day, twice per day. Sometimes you entrap yourself in situations very uncomfortable but very nice to make some shots, and this is one of them, in which seems very risky to be here. I don't know if you can listen to me very well, but man, it's view, the water is clear, I'm having the time of my life. Woohoo, yeah, so nice. In the end, manipulating light to tell an emotion or a story, it's not just about special moments of the day, since as people we live stories constantly throughout the day. I believe that the light at noon has a special place in telling stories, and in places like this, in the northeast of Sicily or in the north of the Mediterranean Sea, the landscapes naturally has a pastel touch, as if there were a filter in the air that makes things look a little less saturated. It's not like looking at the ground or the long distance in the continental area of any other continent. That's a special color, and it's that different than the Pacific or the Atlantic Oceans. We are talking about a color shared between that makes an identity, and it's shared between Saudi Italy, Greece, Turkey, Chipre, Jordania, Egypt, Libya, Tunis, Malta. All these places share a special color in it. A way in which if you see movies, if you see photography of all this area, you can recognize this palette of colors, this specific vibe. Moving out of the sea and going to these other viewpoints, in this case, we are going up to Monte Cofano. We escape from coming to Sicily to the most, iconic places like Palermo or Catania or Syracuse. We went to a place to the other direction, to Trapani, to San Vito Lo Capo, to Cofano, to all these places where you can actually spend some very good holidays. It's not crowded in tourists, so you can really relax in this area. Enjoy, in this case, fantastic and picturesque cultural identity shared through all these Mediterranean cultures. And if you want to see some other pictures from wild places, this video is waiting for you.